this video, motherfuckers, we will talk about chakras. So, this will be a longer video. So, prepare to listen for a long time. Listen carefully. This is not the definite guide on chakra system and energy body, but essentially it is, I think, important for me to share my limited experience with you, and some people will benefit from it. So let's start. So first, regarding chakra system and regarding energy body, what I first need to say is that what we know as the 7 chakras is just the tip of the iceberg. It is not, as some used to claim, key for total well-being. It is not some mystical tool which will give you powers overnight. It is not also responsible for your emotions, as many of individuals claim, nor it is responsible for your physical health. 7 chakras, as we know them, regulate flow of the certain spiritual energy through your body, and that spiritual energy can influence emotion, but it is not responsible directly for the manifestation of emotion. For physical health, the influence of those 7 energy centers is negligible. A lot of people make outrageous claims about chakras, 7 classical chakras, and the physical health, but from my personal experience, it is a money grab. There is no original evidence from the Hindu lore, nor my practical experience, by which we can claim that the 7 chakras correspond to any parts of the physical body. Also, according to every piece of information I managed to find, artificial connection people make between pineal gland and the third eye is speculation at best and pseudoscience at worst. As far as I know, there is no verifiable scientific study proving that pineal gland somehow gives you superpowers. For all intents and purposes, pineal gland regulates sleeping and produces hormone known as melatonin. The same can be said for all other 7 chakras of the 7 chakras. They are not connected to any glands, and they are spiritual energy centers corresponding to the spiritual channels in a human body, and they guard spiritual faculties and spiritual energies. Now, spiritual energy can influence physical body indirectly, but is not directly responsible. So if you wanna be healthy, please don't spin your root chakra endlessly. Instead of that, do exercise, healthy diet, regular sleeping, and things which are actually proven to have effect on your physical health. So once we got this out of the way, let's talk about chakras, right? So what they are. To keep things short, they are 7 energy centers which are regulating the flow of the spiritual energy through the human body, and each of the energy centers rules over particular type of energy. As you see on this picture, you have 7 of them: red one, orange one, yellow one, green one, light blue one, dark blue one, and the purple one. each of them rules the type of energy. Now, majority of people on the internet, they claim that each of those centers somehow, in some way, corresponds to particular emotion. And it's usually, connected to the agenda of the motherfucker who is making the video. They claim red center, Muladhara, root chakra, it's connected to safety. Or red center, it's connected to, I don't know, whatever. And they don't seem to agree with which emotion which center corresponds, They always argue, those new age gurus, It's never clear. Is sacral center, the orange one, is it good for, creativity, or is it good for, I don't know, sexual intimacy, or whatever, They never seem to agree, but they always seem to agree on, the fact that you need to give them money. The only thing I can surely say about those energy centers, what they do from my experience, is they, 1, activate the energy body, 2, increase your astral defenses, and 3, they increase your ability to, feel your energy body. And each of those 7 energy centers helps you to tap into particular type of energy. So, the root chakra, the red one, it helps you to work with the energies of Mars. The sacral energy center helps you to work with the energy of Venus. The solar plexus helps you to work with the energy of the sun. The heart center, in my experience, kind of helps you to connect to the green energy, to the light green energy, which is in my experience, heavily connected to the spiritual aspects of the earth, right? So it's in my experience, the heart center helps you to connect with more spiritual, benevolent aspects of the planet Earth. Throat chakra helps you to connect with light blue energy. It really helps, essentially, to connect with the energy, which is corresponding to the understanding of sound, right? But what you need to understand is that those 7 centers, essentially, they are corresponding to the energy of the universe. And their correspondence isn't fixed on one emotion or one thing. It's like saying, those energies, they are extremely broad. And the way they influence us and the way they work with us is extremely complex. And the only way to truly find out how it kind of influences you is to try it yourself, right? So, I kind of worked with a lot of people. And I also worked with my own chakras. And the only consistent phenomena I managed to find through the chakra work of all individuals is heightening of their own self-awareness and ability to feel spiritual energy. That's the only consistent thing. With every single one of them, different chakras, different energy centers, when activated, produced different results. So, how those universal energies will influence us is essentially a individual experience, and nobody can tell you by default what will activation of the certain center do, because in the same way that our physical bodies are individual, it can be said for the spiritual bodies, right? Somebody reacts for doing push-ups in a one way, somebody reacts for doing push-ups in another way. It depends on many other factors. The same is true for energy center stimulation. So regarding the third eye, quote unquote, Ajna chakra, which is above the throat chakra, the dark blue energy center, at the place of your forehead. A lot of people call that center the third eye, right? And they claim that that specific center is responsible for seeing spirits and perceiving the spiritual world. I deem this explanation to kind of be inaccurate. So, from my experience, what we call the third eye in the Hindu lore, when you activate the third eye, your body starts producing the spiritual essence known as Amritya, right? It is essentially the principle. Amritya is the elixir of immortality. So the function of the third eye is functioned in a way, from my experience, to connect you to the eternal, to connect you to eternity, to connect you to that which is outside of our limited perception of space and time. Saying that the third eye simply helps you to see spirits and shit, I propagated this misconception because I wanted people to understand me. Okay, this was my mistake. In reality, all of the energy centers are connected to observing and feeling spiritual energies, and not just the third eye. If anything, from my personal experience, which doesn't have to connect to yours, when you have spiritual visions induced by the third eye, it's usually really cryptic, really complex, and difficult to interpret. So, for example, you will see the spirals of light, you will see essentially the really complex patterns of spiritual energy, but the visions will be extremely short and extremely intense. And I am honestly doubting that someone will be capable of communicating with spirits through those visions. And every vision created by the third eye essentially induces a really large and powerful feeling of euphoria. It's like you took heroin or something. It's crazy. And the crown chakra, the purple center at the top of your head, it's responsible for connecting you to the life force energy from the celestial spheres. So let me reciprocate each of them, analyze each of them, what each of them does according to my own personal experience. So the first root center, it connects you to the red energy. The second center, the orange center, it connects you to the energy corresponding to the planet Venus. The third center, the yellow center, connects you to the energies of the sun. The fourth center connects you, the green center, to the more benevolent aspects of the earth energy. The fifth center connects you mostly, the throat center, to the energies of Mercury, and it teaches you the power of mantra. It teaches you how to do mantras properly when you work with that. The fifth center kind of gives, the dark blue center. It kind of gives a really intense visions and euphoria. And if you work with that, you kind of connect to principle of immortality. And the last center, the purple center, it connects you to the higher celestial energies. The first root center, which connects to the energies of Mars, is spinned by mantra Lam. The second center, which connects to the energies of Venus, is spinned by mantra Vam. The third center, which connects to the energies of the sun, is spinned and activated by mantra Ram. The fourth center, which connects to the benevolent energies of the earth, is spinned by mantra Yam. The throat center, which connects to the energies of Mercury and teaches the power of mantra, working with it helps with mantra yoga, is spinned by mantra Om. The energy center, which is located on your forehead and helps connecting with the principle of immortality and inducing really strong visions and feeling of euphoria, is spilled by mantra Om. And the last center, connected to the higher celestial energies, is spinned by mantra Aum. So, I will also put my short explanations for each center in the description of this video, because I kinda put explanations in this video all over the place. I just wanted to give you guys my general stance on a chakra system as a whole, what I think about many modern things regarding chakras. Also, if you want to purify any energy center, just visualize the ball of light penetrating with its rays the energy center until you can literally feel the light coming of that energy center. Visualization will take a little bit longer time, but you need to build up discipline and you need to work. So in this video I explained from my personal experience what activation of each energy center does, and this is a little bit different to what many people think about chakras, because many other people associate chakras with specific emotions, specific glands, specific things they like or dislike. I think the chakras are more connected to the energies of the universe, and when you tap into the chakra, you tap into the certain energy and into the part of your energy system which is connected to that energy, and how it influences you, it kind of depends on you, but energy remains the same. So thank you for watching and see you tomorrow.